facility number 1. We're going to use distance formula. So let's write that out one more time. So D equals, more times you write it, the better off you'll be. D equals x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared. So now we just start putting in the values where they belong. Notice I'm making my radicals really long. Radicals is the square root. Yeah, I'm making that really long, so we got a lot of stuff to put in there. Okay, so Callie, what is my x2 value? 12, very good. Brandon, what's my x1 value?
Isn't it, would be the 2?
Yeah, 2. Amber, what is my y2 value? 7. And Chris, what is my y1 value?
7.
You want to keep that radical over the whole expression. Alright guys, what's 12 minus 2? 10 squared. What's 7 minus 7? 0 squared. Okay, so what's 10 squared?
100.
What's 0 squared? So what's 100 plus 0?
30.
And what is the square root of 100? That's the distance formula. Hey guys, that's not so bad, is it?
I mean, if you learned it last quarter,
Alright, now, my next question for you. Facility number 2, we do the same thing. So, all we do is we're going to repeat our distance formula, and always start off on the next problem with the same thing. Yeah, that's great.
I didn't finish writing down the other one.
What's right there?
It's not all of it.
There's all of it.
everything's gonna be okay.
Okay. So on this number 2, what is my x2 value? 3. What is my x1? Okay, y2. Minus
4.
Okay, what's 3 minus 6?
-3.
Notice what I do with that negative? What do I do with that? Yeah, I would put it in parentheses. Why do you suppose I would do that?
Jack keeps negative and then
Yeah, guys, how many of you guys have been working math problems in the past? How many of you guys have lost a negative a time or two? Yeah, I do it all the time. I gotta make my answer keys like 5 times over. Usually I don't realize until I'm grading your test, and I'm like on the 10th one, I'm like, yeah, why do they keep getting this problem? Oh, because I'm a doofus. I don't know how to handle negative numbers. That's why. So, you know, it happens. And guys, it's a natural process that you're supposed to make mistakes. No one is perfect 100% of the time. So put parentheses around your negatives. Prevents you from being a doofus. All right, so what's 6 minus 4? 2. Okay, big question of the day. In unison, what is -3 squared? Oh, dang it.
so we're negative.
I usually get 1 or 2 people that will say -9. And we'll come back to this whole thing in a minute. Okay, what's 9 plus 4?
13.
So therefore,
We had
now we're gonna leave that as the square root of 13. Now, I want you guys to listen very closely. Let's not here comes the shortcut. How many guys, when you start seeing negative numbers, your heart rate starts to increase, you start to get little beads of sweat running down your forehead, and you start hyperventilating because, oh my God, it's a negative. I can't remember, do I add, do I subtract, how do I square that? Is it times 2, is it times square? I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I'm going to fall apart. It's just a negative number. Just a negative number. So here's what we're going to do. Guys, what's negative 3 squared? 9. What's 3 squared? So if I square something, I'm guaranteed to get what value? Positive. So no matter what, I already know these are going to come out to be positive. If you don't get a positive number there, there's something wrong. Try it again. But then I guess even more important, you don't have to deal with that negative 3. And here's why. Here's a shortcut to doing distance formula. We can basically go from here to here in one step. We're going to skip all this other junk. Here's how we do it. How far apart are 6 and 3? What's 3 squared? 9. Done. How far apart are 4 and 6? What's 2 squared?
Miss Mac never showed us that.
Yes,
Don't worry about it.
She
That's
did.
where I live, Nick.
Sure.
No.
Okay.
If I
I'm okay with that.
think-
I want you to do what you're comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, hey, shh, bring it down. So again, it's basically doing the distance formula, but I'm not going to worry about negatives, because if I square negative, it's positive anyway. So all I care about is how far are they apart. So how far apart are my x's? So 6 to 3 is how far? 3. And all I gotta do is square it, and I get 9. How far apart are my y's? 4 to 6 is 2. I square it. We'll see it over here on number 1, right? How far apart are 2 and 12? So 10 squared. How far apart are 7 and 7? Okay. Yes.
Instead of doing all of this, can we just do it that way then?
Absolutely, that's why I showed you that. Okay. It's a little shortcut if you want to call it that.
The shortcut part of it.
And then that's fine. You can do that as well. Okay. That's why, guys, that's why I show you multiple ways of doing the same problem. I want you to choose whatever one you're comfortable doing, and that's the one we'll go with. Oh, how do you do the next one? Well, how far apart is 0 and B, Blaine?
A lot. Well, it could be a lot, it could be nothing.
Okay, we don't know what B is, right?
Yeah.
So how far is it from 0 to B? B units, right? So it's just B. What's B squared? No, B squared. And then how far apart are C and 0?
C squared.
C squared. There you go, that's your distance.
Wowzers.
Guys, Kylie, tell me why you're messed up here.
I don't know, because I'm not very good with letters, I guess.
Okay, alright. That's alright. Okay, so, alright. Hey, guys, come on. Kylie, I want you to be focused up here, so I want, so I'm making sure you and I are talking about this. Okay. Whether I'm dealing, okay, here's the difference. When I had numbers, I get out a number, right? Here I have numbers, okay? So if I put numbers in, I get a number out. Square root of 13 doesn't look pretty. Put it in a calculator, there's a decimal approximation. It's just a number, okay? But when I have variables, we call these expressions, I can't get a number. So I don't know what those are. So what we get left is the answer in what we would call an expression. That's as far as you can break that down. You can't simplify that any further. So that would be your final answer. All right, we're going to skip the next slide. Only because we're short on time today, but we will talk about this slide. So if you look at the directions, what are you being asked to do? Okay, how are you going to find the shortest side of the triangle if all you're given are the 3 points? You have to find the distance of all 3 sides. Guys, what that means, this is a longer problem. It means number 4 has 3 distance formulas in it. You have to find the length of AB, so the distance from A to B, the distance from B to C, and the distance from A to C. So there's 3 distance formulas in there. Once you find those distance formulas, you get those numbers, and then you can start determining which one has the shortest length.
I did it yet.
Sure. No.
I was looking at you. I just wanted to test my luck.
I figured that. But no, it's not B. B is a point, it's not a side.
So would it be 8?
8 is a point. It doesn't have a length.
Oh, so AB.
AB is 8.
Let's see here then. AC.
AC is 5.
Alright, I give up.
BC is 5. That's an isosceles triangle.